We started with a kind of upper middle class background, and then we have gone to become a richer background. So, and thing is, we have to see that our kids have that kind of ground.
So I know that you are from second gen entrepreneur, right, sir? So how difficult it is, because being that second gen, like following a value from your dad, because you might have different value, different mindset, different culture you might have.
No, I had some training for a year. I have been into FRIGATE, but exactly not working.
Okay.
I didn't have the luxury. In sense, I would allow to work actually, but my father being little aged, so I had to rush and take over the company. So actually, I had a luxury of only 1 year. So I've been with my customers 3-4 months in different customers and came back. Actually, I didn't give it to my daughter. I made sure that she worked for 2 years in Deloitte, and she's gone abroad to say I knew. The second generation is the most toughest. Actually, first generation, of course, they have their own set of issues where they have to build that company from scratch, and the attitude will be different for a first gen entrepreneur, in the sense like he is used to doing all the things himself. He doesn't delegate much actually. If you see in the first gen entrepreneur, it's like now it's okay because now there are a lot of startup culture is there. But when my father started, a lot of people who worked with them came to the company. So there was always a kind of hidden pressure, like he worked with us, now he's the owner of the company. Those kind of things happen. Second generation, where we are really not very rich, at the same time we also have to build the company up. So most of the companies fail in the second generation. Either they grow up or they fail in the second. So because we started with a kind of upper middle class background, and then we have gone to become a richer background. So, and thing is, we have to see that our kids have that kind of groundness, because we have the groundness, because our parents have taught us how to behave. And even if I started shouting at one point of time at some young, they'll call me, see, this is the elder one, you should not talk like this. This is how you should talk. So that has been, so we have to give the same kind of learning to our children. But again, they are grown in a totally different environment compared to us.
Exactly.
So they are born into a kind of richer family. So for them to feel that hardship and then learn it, and the way they think will be totally different. See, we have seen our fathers struggle for maybe 1 lakh of rupees. So whereas we can make 1 crore of rupees. For them in the third generation, for them crore itself is nothing.
Exactly.
So we have to, it's very difficult to mold them. So we have to grow the company to a particular point and see that we give a kind of professional setup. See, what we inherent will be not a professional setup, a second generation. It will be based on the personal relationship the first generation had with the employees. You have to take that, then trim it actually. You have to change the person so that make it more professional and hand it over to the third generation, a kind of professional setup.
Yeah, you have to get those difficult conversations. You have to go for hard choices. So when it happened, sir?
It happens. See, initially, when I took over, all of my subordinates were daddy's people.
Okay.
I will put it.
So when in 96, I guess?
99, I started coming in. So everyone was father's person. So they used to see me as a kind of kid. So so for me to come and command them, they will not listen.
And again, it's ever lasted manufacturing industry. The mindset is.
I know that I already done it. This is not work. That's how it happens. Then you have to really double the work. In fact, I used to stand in the shop for 8 hours. Then note on all the points and come and ask my father, what will happen like this? Whether they are saying this is like this. No. This can be done, but they are saying that. So you have to learn it on the job. Yes. Then you have to go and prove it that.
Exactly.
In fact, we used to have 20% rejections. I told them that rejection need not come. They didn't believe me. One particular time, I made a trial and made it as a 0 rejection. Then they started looking at me. Okay, this fellow knows something. So then only they start giving you that kind of respect of what you want. And then again, you have to build up your own team. Once those team goes out, you have to bring in your own team. You have to professionalize. But you should not make the same mistake your father did.
Exactly.
You should be a MD only.
Yeah.
Then only your children, when they come in, they can easily take over.
Yeah.
Because the first generation always hands-on, they go on to what is the problem, they'll go and answer the problem. But even though I may know the solution, sometimes I don't go into details.
Understand.
Even though I know the solution, I know this is not right, but I give them the space to make the mistake.
Okay. then come out of that?
I have policy. Don't repeat a mistake.
Yes, sir.
I have seen it in Sabri Aypan Koil. They have that don't repeat a mistake. Somehow it got clicked to me. So I tell you, you make new mistakes, but don't repeat the same mistake again.
Okay.
So that's why they learn. And once they start learning, then automatically it becomes more professional. They take their own decisions.